Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is in the UK for his first meeting with British counterpart Theresa May. Netanyahu told his cabinet that the meeting will focus on last week's ballistic missile test out of Iran. Meanwhile, May says she'll raise concerns over the Israeli government's decision to build thousands of illegal settle homes on Palestinian land. Simon McGregor-Wood has more from London.
Well, this is the first meeting between Prime Minister May and Prime Minister Netanyahu. The Downing Street press office says this will be a wide-ranging meeting covering a whole host of bilateral issues of interest to both countries, including trade and security, in particular cybersecurity, and of course the big strategic issues of the Middle East. But I think it is pretty clear that the two big issues that will dominate discussions are, yes, of course, the continuing controversy of Jewish settlement building in the occupied territories and occupied East Jerusalem. And I think from Netanyahu's perspective, as we understand, he's very keen to drive home his ongoing concerns about the Iran nuclear deal, in particular in light of last week's Iranian ballistic missile tests, which have caught the international community's attention. We know, don't we, that the Netanyahu government is diametrically opposed to this Iran deal. He has said, Mr. Netanyahu, publicly that he sees now as an opportunity, with President Trump in the White House and perhaps with Theresa May looking for different kind of strategic partnerships and positioning after Brexit, he sees an opportunity perhaps to undermine the international consensus of support for that Iran deal. He's going to drive that message home at talks here in London today. And of course, Theresa May will continue to express this government's concern, the British government's concern, over settlement building, although their government's position on this has become slightly more confusing. You'll remember that the British were very much part of the drive to push through the UN Security Council resolution critical of Israel settlements at the end of last year. Subsequent to that, and perhaps in the context of the UK government getting closer to the Trump administration, they seem to have watered down some of that criticism. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of statements they get out of that meeting today. It's not only Theresa May that Netanyahu is meeting later on Monday. He'll have a meeting as well with the British Foreign Secretary, Mr. Boris Johnson.